What's up, YouTube? It's Universe. Now, yesterday, somebody left a comment on one of my videos, and they asked me how I'm so easily able to get to the root of people's depression, or how I know so much about depression in general. And I want to make this video also about anxiety disorder. So, I'm gonna start off by saying, starting when I was a teenager type shit, I went through depression myself. I didn't even know I was depressed. Sometimes I would feel sad. Sometimes I feel just down for nothing. Not even know what the fuck I'm sad for. And as I got older, I used to hear other people saying things like, "Oh, I'm crying and I don't know what I'm crying for," or "I'm sad, I don't know why I'm sad. I'm depressed, I don't know why I'm depressed." Shit like that. And I used to be like, in the back of my mind, like, how the fuck do somebody be sad and not know? But yeah, but I then found out it's different forms of depression. But me, myself, I'm all about the mind. I'm all about learning how to control or how to have power over the mind. So self-improvement was my #1 goal last year. So I started learning about the mind, neuroscience type shit. And plus, when I was doing NoFap, or when I started NoFap last year, I like to get to the root of everything. And you know, when we talking about the spiritual meaning to anything, we talking about the root. When we talking about the metaphysics, we talking about the root, the origins, the cause, the start of something. I don't want to treat depression. I don't want to know how to treat it. I don't want to know how to treat anxiety disorder. I want to know how to cure it. I want to know how to get rid of it. I want to know why it's happening to me. I want to know what the fuck is causing it. And at its root, the main thing that's causing you depression and anxiety is you. You get me? I'm going to get into that in a minute. But depression, like I always say, I talk about this a lot. Depression ain't nothing at its root. It ain't nothing but you thinking in the past or dwelling on something. That is you holding on to baggage that serves you no purpose. Not only that, you're labeling it negative. You're giving it polarity. So you keeping your mind at a low conscience. That I learned a lot about mental disorder last year because I thought I was developing goddamn autism. Excuse me. And I was wondering, like, why do I wake up and my mind be racing and just saying random shit? And I just noticed it don't do that no more. I just now noticed that just right now. It don't do that no more. Now, well, it's different now. I'm gonna say what that is. For people who wake up with their mind racing and your mind is just saying random shit and whatnot, that is because your mind is your higher self and your lower self is coming or going back to their place. When you go to sleep, you ascend type shit. You go into the 4th dimension. When you wake up, your mind ain't fully like where it's supposed to be. Your higher self, you are in that bridge between sleep and awake. That's basically what it is. And your subconscious is still active. When you sleep, your subconscious take over. Remember, your subconscious take care of and has its attention on everything that your conscious mind don't have your attention on. Like thoughts that you just let slip by, or things you think about throughout the day. Just shit like that. It notice things. It's what pay attention to your body when you eat food and you digest it. Your subconscious attention is on your body when it's breaking down food. So anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the polarity / duality in the mind. You have to learn to remember what I say. I always tell y'all this. Stop labeling your thoughts positive or negative. Learn to just sit back and watch them float by like clouds. If you get what I'm trying to say. You don't gotta respond to them. You don't gotta react to them. You do not have to identify with your thoughts. Because remember, we are all connected. We share a collective consciousness with all humans, all races in the galaxy. We share a consciousness with everything that exists. We share a conscience with everything that exists. That is partially why we're able to do shit like telekinesis and make shit move, because we're connected to everything. This is why we're able to do the law of attraction, because we are connected to everything. This is why we're not supposed to feel like we have lack or poverty, or we're not supposed to feel scarcity, because everything we need is here. We're connected to everything. We don't have to, every resource we need, we can make it come to us. So anyway, that just makes me want, so I started learning about the subconscious last year. Subconscious is actually something I've been strengthening lately, and it's connected to your pineal gland and your higher self. So it's connected to the divine, period, to the spirit realm. Throughout the day, all your thoughts that you having, your body is reacting to that shit. You gotta realize your mind is a powerful fucking tool. The fucking computers are created after the mind, based off the mind. Your mind, you have to learn how to have power over that shit. That is one of your most powerful tools in this life. If you here and you over here killing yourself, making this life a hell for you, talking about, oh, I'm depressed, oh, I got anxiety. Why are you depressed? Who's making you depressed? Nobody is with you when you at home in your room and you depressed. Who's making you depressed? You are, because you're doing what? Giving your attention to the wrong thoughts. See, since we have a collective conscious, every thought is not your own. So some people, they might get a thought and they start dwelling on it and thinking like, damn, or just stuck on that thought and then having thoughts about that thought. Like, you just sitting there dwelling on that thought. The thought is not even yours, and you making yourself sad. And then when you having thoughts that are yours, or your thoughts are about something that happened to you, number one thing you need to learn to do is forgive. If somebody hurt you, don't hold a grudge. Forgive them and forgive you. You have to forgive yourself, or your heart will be heavy. And that's going to show up when you die. So forgive yourself. You don't have to forgive them, but you should be forgiving yourself, not for them either, but for you. Because if you hold a grudge, it stays in your heart chakra, and it makes your heart heavy. And when you die and you get your heart weighed on a scale of ma'at, it's going to be heavier than a feather. Now, I kind of went on a tangent here. So anyway, you're not supposed to label your thoughts positive or negative. Positive and negative is the same thing, just at a different degree. Just at different degrees, like on a thermostat. You got hot at the top and you got cold at the bottom. It's all still weather. You get what I'm saying? It's all still weather, just at different degrees. So you gotta stop making things that you call negative or bad seem like it's bad or negative, and stop letting it affect you. Because really, the thoughts and whatnot, things that you call positive, is the things you should be focused on and having your mind on. When you think things are bad, you're making yourself a victim. When that shit go to your subconscious, remember, what you believe to be true is what you will experience in your life. That shit go to your subconscious, and remember, your subconscious is connected to the spirit realm. Everything manifests fast in the spirit realm, so that means it's going to start to manifest here in the physical realm. And what does that mean? When you believe you're depressed, you're going to remain depressed. When you believe you sad, you're going to remain sad. When you keep focusing on them thoughts, more thoughts going to pop up. Remember, your thoughts are energy. So the more energy you give them thoughts, the more it grows. And whatever you give energy to, the more energy you give it, it grows. Just like I give energy to my channel, and my channel is growing, right? So your depression is going to keep growing. That's why I say, you do not have to react to your thoughts. If they do not benefit you, unless you having thoughts unless you're using your thoughts to manifest, or you having thoughts that's like, I know you get what I'm saying. So anyway, it's just about sitting back and watching the mind instead of reacting. That's basically what you have to do to beat depression, or anxiety. Sit back without reacting to your thoughts. That's literally all you have to do. It don't matter what form of depression you have. I don't give a fuck what you're going through in your life. I don't give a fuck if you can have an abusive parent. It don't fucking matter. What you think is bad is what you're going to experience. Change your perception on everything. Change your perception. Nobody is making you feel shit. You have the power over your emotion. It don't matter what's going on in your life. Remember, things that happen in your life are set in your life in order for you to become your greatest version. This shit don't be in your life for no reason. Remember I said, things could have been worse when you was born. You could have been born in an even worse situation. I've talked to many people in my life and even dated people who who live in a toxic household. Them the kind of people I'm helping. That's the kind of people that message me. People with abusive parents. People who can't do shit in their house. People who getting attacked by their parents. That shit can take a toll on your mind. That can traumatize you. But you gotta remember, I'm not for, I know that you have to honor your parents. But I'm a person who gonna tell you, if your parent puts their hands on you, I will say resort to self-defense. Period. You are not a fucking animal. If you and I'm talking about if your parent is abusive. If you a problem child, then I'm gonna say, hey, just take that ass whooping like a champ. But other than that, if you have an abusive parent, they like to drink and shit, and they like to put their hands on you, I'm going to tell you to fight them back. Period. Because at that point, if your parent hits you, that person is not fit or in the position to be your parent. That is not your parent. Your parent is supposed to be your protector. At that moment that your parent puts their hands on you, that is not your parent. Now, anyway, let's talk about anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder ain't nothing but you thinking in the future. Thinking that things will happen. Thinking something is going to happen. Just making theories in your head like, oh, this might happen. This is going to happen. I'm waiting for this. Because what happened when you anxious? Like when you imagine a dog about to and imagine you got a dog. You got a bag of doggy biscuits and your dog waiting, just shaking and shit, waiting for you to open the bag and give him a biscuit. Your dog is anxious. They waiting for you to give them the fucking the doggy biscuit, right? So when you sitting there thinking thoughts, just making up thoughts that you think gonna happen when you in a certain situation, you're creating a reality to happen to you. You're creating a reality. You just putting yourself in a fucking reality. This is why I say focus on the thoughts that you would label positive. Over time, it's going to become natural to you. You have to just stop polarizing. I hope people understand when I say things that you label negative are not negative. They are supposed to be there. Now, they can leave. I will say that. Things that you may call negative will leave. Can leave. Depending on the situation, depending on what it is. But the same method with depression, when I say, basically you have to live in the moment. You have to live in the present. There is no past or future. There is only present. When you breathe deep and pay attention more to your body instead of your mind, you live in the moment, right? So I think that's pretty much it. It's because now that since I beat it, depression and anxiety disorder, is like, when I look at myself back then, it's like, I feel like if I knew what I knew now, It's like, how is it possible that I had depression or anxiety disorder? And for people taking Xanax, you need to stop fucking taking Xanax. You're not doing shit, bro. See, Xanax is for anxiety, right? But Xanax, if you keep taking that shit, you're going to become depressed. This is the thing about medicine from pharmacies. You taking the medicine for a benefit while gaining a side effect at the same time. Nigga, I ain't even gonna go there. Take care of yourself. Live in the moment. Breathe deep. I realize a lot of people, because I be watching certain videos of certain exercises and shit like that, a lot of people don't breathe deep enough. A lot of people are breathing either in their neck or in their chest. You should be breathing either in your lower abdomen or in your genitalia area. Period. I know at first it's going to feel uncomfortable. I know. But when you have anxiety, that shit down there, it clench. When you have anxiety disorder and depression, the energy in your body starts to get trapped in different parts of your body, and it don't flow through easily. So you, like, when you experiencing certain emotions and shit like that, your energy get trapped in certain places in your body when you feeling certain emotion. Like anger, it might be trapped in your chest or some shit. Anxiety or jealousy. I don't know all of it. I looked at a picture when I first learned about this, but what else was I gonna say? Meditation helps this. I mean, this is not necessarily a find a cure video, but I wanted to spread some awareness on this because I know it's a lot of people. It's 300 million people with both depression and anxiety disorder. That shit ain't fun when you feel like you don't have control over your mind, or you feel like damn, these thoughts won't stop going. I can't stop thinking about it. Now I want to shoot myself in the head. It get that deep, and you know who is the only person doing it to you? Is you. It's you. But that's pretty much it. Anybody want to talk about anybody with depression, anybody with anxiety disorder, don't hesitate, don't feel anxious to message me. We can talk about it. I can help you out. But I will say, is also part of depression can come from many things. Anxiety can come from many things, but they are both fear-based. They are fear. They're in fear of something happening. You are living in the low vibration. So remember, meat can cause depression. It's certain foods you eat and cause these disorders. That's why I tell people to go vegan. But like, we live in a parasitical world anyway, so people think that you can't gain weight or get all your calories while being vegan. I'm gonna post a before and after picture of my body that I took a couple weeks ago, and I'm I've been vegan since May, and I've gained weight. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. Dom Universe taking off. Like, subscribe. I love you all. Peace.